Steph is a unique man. He brings a different perspective. One of my many reasons I love spending time with him. What has he brought to you that's perhaps allowed you to look at the world in a slightly different way?
Many things. I mean, as you say, I think he's a very also intelligent person. He loves to have different conversations. I'm a kind of person also. I'm very curious and I want to learn. And he showed me in so many ways other stuff, you know, besides tennis in a way, you know. So that's great. He's very like rich. How do you say culturally?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's so much fun, and and he's a guy that I think we're very similar. Also, that he loves to have new adventures, and I met through him so many amazing people also. So that was great because also, okay, maybe I seem from the outside a little bit different, like more outgoing, but I always been also pretty alone on this journey, you know. So getting to know other people from other worlds and learning from them has been great, you know, because sometimes you're scared, like maybe when you're sharing with another tennis player that it's only going to be about tennis, you know, and only tennis, and it's not. And sometimes maybe I was like, a small example, we went to Iceland. I was like, this is a holiday I'm not really looking forward to. Why? It's like, you're gonna love it. You have to like experience other stuff in life. You cannot always go to the beach for holidays, even though I love the beach. But let's do a different thing. Let's learn other things. Let's experience a different thing. And I loved it. Yesterday we were talking about that holiday. I'm like, wow, I really think about it because it was great. So I was thankful to him that he was maybe pushing me a bit to go there. So yeah, he makes me get out of my comfort zone. That it's really important.
Everyone, if you get a chance, you got to go check that out. They actually vlogged this whole thing, this Dear Fans Iceland episode, which also is another point. I think the world has a little too much OnlyFans. We could use a lot more Dear Fans. Okay,
I agree.
This is beautiful to watch, and you guys really like are yourselves on there. And I think when everyone falls in love with you more off the court, it brings so many more eyeballs to the matches, to the sport. So it's a beautiful way to grow the sport as well.
It's a great way to channel it towards a direction that feels like us.
Yeah.
And it gives us the opportunity maybe to show people that we're not just a bunch of tennis players hitting a tennis ball. Right. We have other interests. We have also other things that we want to explore in life. And we can maybe also showcase our personalities on a deeper scale doing stuff outside of the tennis court.
I know you guys have a lot of other interests. I totally want to get into that. But Steph, I know you're very close with your family.
That's right.
Your brother. So, Paula, you're very close. I love the pictures with your sisters and so forth. Different cultures, Spanish, Greek. How has it been, the merging of families?
Look, it's not that different at the end. I understand what can people see from
Sure.
the outside, but we're not that different. The Spanish with the Greek, and we're very passionate. We're very family people. Like myself with my family, we're very like also together, and him also. So we get along very well, all of us. Like my sister with his brother, my sister with him, me with his brothers, his siblings, with the parents, my parents. So it's great because we're all like in the same mindset, let's say. So we really enjoy our time together, and I think we get along pretty
The
well.
only thing that separates us is the language.
Yeah.
Culturally, we're pretty much similar.
You can pick up
This
Spanish,
is my
so.
complaint.
You
I
can
have a
pick
big
up Spanish.
complaint
I
with
can.
that.
I can. And I have
We
a
need to
complaint.
start.
I have a complaint myself with that. I know I
He's
accept Paula's
understanding.
complaint, and I'm actually complaining to myself right now.
Yeah, it's
Why
language. But it's funny because both families have a lot of energy. As you can see us when we play and the
Love that.
families
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
So it's when the Tsitsidosas are together, it's a lot of fire there, but in a fun way. So
I love
it's
it.
fun.
By the
Yeah.
way, as far as couples go, and you put the names together, Tsitsidosa, it's tough to top that.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's.
We tried some other combinations, and Tsitsidosa is the one.
Guys, I love talking about your connection because it's a very contagious connection. You know, when you're together with you, we feel good. We love seeing you guys together. But I do want to shift a little bit to tennis. You guys are inspiring athletes out there, really remarkable. I'm going to start super deep, and then we'll go into some other stuff. So my question is, when you push yourself to these great heights, you need that overarching why that pushes you beyond the average person. What does that look like for each of you?
Wow. Um, I have a story that I feel like I want to share, which is wanting to do it with Paula alongside me. Um, why with Paula? Because I feel like I have a greater purpose and a greater sense of direction of what I want to do, having her by my side. And that is not a romantic message or anything like that, but I feel like I've realized over the course of the last couple of months and years that being on this together is so much more special than doing it on my own. Of course, it can be very lonely being on my own, and I at the time I used to have my family way more involved and way more into it than currently, even though they're still involved. The why would probably be because I don't want to see myself win Grand Slam titles being the only person in our synergy, whatever we're trying to build. But I am actually fully supporting and fully behind Paula as well to want to do it with her. And obviously, I don't see anything that I would like to get in return. It's more like I acknowledge that she's my kind of person, and I want to see her thrive too alongside me.
And I want to add to that because it's the same for me, and I think you can see it. When I've been injured the past months, you see me there with him and trying to help him in a way or support him. But then when he has the time, he has been there for me also. Now that I'm starting to play, he's been supporting me. So you can see that we both are fighting together in this, And as I said before, stronger together. And for me, that's very important, because two is more powerful than one. And it's a reality in my case. I haven't spoken maybe much with Steph, but sometimes it hurts to see what people can from the outside. Oh, distraction and this or is this, and I'm like, wow. If you could see it from the inside, like how much positive I try to give him, or he tries to give me, or how much positive he does. Like my team always talk to Steph this time. I think he would help you, or look at him in the match if you need it, or the opposite is the same from his side. So I think we give so much power to each other, but unfortunately, sometimes maybe it doesn't see in results for now. But it's really, I'm really, really lucky to have him because it's really like that.
There's so many imbalances, in relationships. Not just romantic relationships, but all sorts of relationships. So to see this kind of, joining together where you're genuinely stronger together than you would have been individually, it's marvelous. And I understand.
The great thing regarding that, I feel like, and I come to the realization now of it, is there's no toxicity, which leads to healthier, more pragmatic relationships between us two. There's no toxicity on us as individuals wanting to seek revenge or wanting to kind of aim for something negative or bad in terms of our tennis, because at the end of the day, it's the thing that we do the most out of our day. And probably that brings a little bit too much kind of balance and tranquility in what we're trying to do. So we have to find a way to do it in a much more intense way, and maybe a little bit more passionately than we already do, without feeling like that kind of backfires on us. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
It does. But when you use the word toxicity, I mean, look, you guys are coming from these really great perspectives. I think these are very healthy, mature perspectives on relationships. But it also seems like you guys have done a lot of individual work on your own before you guys came together. And that's not always the case. Would you say that's accurate?
That is accurate. Paula has done much more work, I feel like, than myself. I've also put some work through reading, obviously, and I traveled for a period of time with my psychologist, and he helped me greatly, figuring it out myself a little bit deeper. Paula, on the other hand, you can speak for yourself.
For me, it's a daily work, and it's like I'm a very consistent person on and off court, and I think small steps every day makes a big difference. So I always do it, and I love it. I love to do it for myself, but also sometimes for us, because it helps. If I'm in a better place, we're all going to be in a better place. So it's something I really believe on, and if you guys know me a bit,